Hi, this is Naomi.
And this is Israel with Sci-Fi Beyond, and today we are going to be doing a quick review slash discussion video about Wonder Woman 1984 that just released this past Christmas here on HBO Max and in certain theaters if they're open in your state. Just a fair bit of warning in advance. The review will be spoiler free. However, the discussion part of segment of this video will be full of spoilers, and we will give another warning before it switches. We just want to give you a heads up in advance just so you know what you're getting into when you watch our video.
I liked the story, but the same I didn't because I was expecting something way different.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for the most part. There were a lot of aspects that I felt were underused. One such aspect you all saw in the promotional material, the golden armor of Mysteria that she uses.
Yeah, that was way underused. Like it was not even funny.
Yeah, like I might have been just been thrown in as an extended Easter egg for us comic book fans who love everything.
Which is cool, but after you watch, it's very
Yeah,
disappointing. Just a tad.
it's just
I'm
a
glad
tad.
they did it, and I thank them for it. But they
Yeah,
should have used
uh,
it more.
it might be different for you guys, but I feel that was like severely underused, and I kind of felt like I was used in an unnecessary scene, which leads me to my second point that I kind of feel that Barbara Minerva or Cheetah either shouldn't have been the villain in this movie or that she was severely underused as well.
She was definitely underused. I mean, I was expecting her to be, because I'm hearing about her. And I was like, oh, she's gonna be the villain. Like, nope.
Yeah,
I mean, I have to really say that there's no villains in this movie.
yeah, there kind of really isn't. I mean, I know you also, we all saw the fight scene teased and the trailers between Wonder Woman and Cheetah, but I also feel that was unnecessary. I kind of feel like when you watch the movie, you'll see what we're talking about in the end, but I feel like that end was a good ending, but that the fight scene was unnecessary to be added
Yeah,
in.
it's like they just forced it.
Yeah,
They were just trying to put it in there
because
because,
a superhero movie needs a
yeah.
fight scene. I kind of feel that's
And
all it was in there for.
Cheetah was her, nemesis, so they had to put her in
Yeah,
there somehow. But
um,
it felt so forced. It felt like a puzzle piece that was just shoved in the
yeah.
place that was supposed to be.
And if you're interested in hearing more about that, we'll discuss that more in our discussion piece. But I do feel that she was severely underused. I do, however, really like the fact the way Kristen Wiig acted the character out. You're used to her having those like nerdy kind
Yeah,
of
or just being like a joke.
yeah
Not like a
roles.
joke, like she was head joke roles because she was
Yeah,
never a joke. That's
you
what
know,
I'm saying. What
you're
I'm saying is she's always like a comedian.
yes, like Saturday Night Live, Ghostbusters, Bridesmaid type things. We never used to see her like that, but I think she pulled it off really well, and I do hope that she is back in Wonder Woman 3, which was just announced.
Yeah. It was
Um,
nice seeing her in a serious role.
yeah, so I do hope that I mean, Patty Jenkins did tease that we never know what might be up with her character just recently. So I do hope they do bring her back in the third one because I do feel like she needs a bit more justice done for the character arc and everything.
Yeah. And there was, like I said, there was really no villains in this movie. There wasn't. It was just all humans being humans and
Yeah,
human
making
mistakes.
mistakes, human greed, human
Yeah.
error, basically as a whole, what the kind of
And
point of
if
the whole
human
movie.
got power, that's exactly how they would probably react.
Yeah, so I
Even the
really did like it.
kindest, yeah, even the kindest of us would wind up getting corrupt.
Yeah, and being evil. But even Pedro Pascal, I think that's how it's pronounced.
It was
I
awesome.
love him as Maxwell Lord. Like, to be perfectly honest, I kind of wasn't sure if he had to pull it off or not. But I think he definitely did pull it off. I just, again, I wish I'd have been a little bit better written on
When I found out
but
it was,
first world
yeah,
problems.
when it was like Mando's gonna be in there. Like, how is he gonna pull this off? But he actually did it really good.
Yeah, he did pull it off.
I did not recognize him though. Like I'm used to the whole mustache thing
Yeah.
with him being Mando.
Another aspect I wish I'd done differently, which again we'll delve into deeper in our discussion part. I do wish they had brought back Steve in a different way.
Yeah.
I do kind of feel the way they did it. I mean, it worked for the story. When you finally watch it, you'll know what I mean. But I kind of wish that had just been done maybe a little bit
And I
differently.
kind of hated that part. I mean, I'm not even sure how I feel about that whole arc with Steve. Because I kind of like the rumors they had with Cheetah going to be,
Oh yeah. There was like
yeah,
some very early rumors that we heard that they might have made Cheetah and Diana or Barbara and Diana like lovers in this one. So I feel like that might have been a good way to go and it
yes,
would have
but
set up
that's
her as a
not,
villain
yeah,
better.
that's not the way they did it. So
But Yeah, I'm not
And
sure how I
even
feel
if
about
they
bringing
wanted to
Steve
bring
back.
Steve in, they totally could have done it and still made that other
Yeah,
arc happen.
but yeah, like I said, we'll delve deeper into that. But I kind of wish that had been done a little bit differently. But all in all, I did enjoy the film
I
as it
did, yeah,
is.
because I did love it. I did love a lot of the things from it.
Yeah,
Um, Also, a lot of there was a lot of Easter eggs for Wonder Woman fans.
yeah, I did love all the Easter eggs,
Yeah,
which we'll tell you right now. Stay. There is nothing after the credits scroll up, but you do need to wait for the initial credits to pass because there
yeah.
is a mid credit scene there.
Which is you would never believe who shows up, but
Yeah,
it's really
if
awesome.
you're a fan of the OG Wonder Woman like we are, that's gonna make you freak out. You're gonna
Yeah,
love that scene. But one, I guess another good point is I'm not gonna completely ruin what it was not until later.
yeah,
Um, but they did have two things from the comics that pop up in the movie.
yeah. That's an Easter egg, which
Um,
is her invisible jet. But you're gonna have to figure that out how.
yeah, which I do love the way they did that in the film. Like obviously, you just heard it pops up, so but you don't know how. The second one was all teased. I'm not going to say what it is, but it was teased a lot. It was rumored to be a lot. But if you're a fan of Wonder Woman like we are, and you know the comics, you're gonna know what scene I'm talking about when you see it. But I will spoil that it has one of the best uses of the musical piece Adagio in D minor. It has jumped at least the list of my number one favorite use. With number one being, number two being Surface of the Sun from the movie Sunshine, and Big Daddy's death scene in Kick Ass. That's a three top uses for me for that musical piece.
The other thing I love about the story arc is that it went down to he's not a villain. It just goes down with him wanting to do something good,
Yeah,
but like all humans,
it gets
it goes the
corrupted.
wrong way because sometimes good intentions are the way is paved. It
Yeah,
paves the road to hell.
like I said, like we said, it is pretty good. Like there are no real villains. It's mostly like actually said humans making
Yeah,
mistakes, humans being humans,
which is kind of
and
shocking though because all these movies are villains, villains, villains. The villains suck.
yeah,
They're evil.
and then
But I saw no villains in here.
yeah, and then like Maxwell, and again not gonna ruin anything until the discussion part, but he's more misunderstood than an outright villain, and that's kind of what I like about this one, which is kind of why it bothers me that they try to shoehorn
Yeah.
Barbara Minerva's transformation to Cheetah like
See,
right away.
because sometimes you do like the villain, like Loki, but he's a total ass. But this guy wasn't an ass,
Yeah,
so there's not like anything, no villainy here. So that's kind of
yeah.
shocking to see a movie who doesn't have a
Like, yeah,
villain.
he does. Like, it's all like all villains is for like personal gain, but then in the end, you can understand his reasons. Again, so it's kind of a bit more of a sympathetic villain, kind of more so than Loki or Ultron. Like a lot of people say, like, "Oh, we agree with Ultron," and Loki. Obviously, everybody agrees with Loki and wants to like Loki, but it's kind of a bit more sympathetic than those two because when you finally see his reasons, at
And
least for me,
yeah, and it's really like it brings you down to the human thing of, it takes you back to some of the things you gone through when you were, maybe when you were smaller or things,
yeah, it really humanizes. It does a good job of humanizing villains,
yeah,
and that's one good thing I love about the writing of it
which makes you
is how it
think,
does that.
if you had those powers, no matter how good kind-hearted you were, you probably would go down the
Yeah,
same
something
road.
will go wrong.
Yeah, because you know, in trying to do that, you start forgetting and
Yeah,
being kind, and trying to go do what you wanted to do originally. Just
yeah.
goes, crappy.
But all in all, I did enjoy the movie. I definitely would highly suggest you watch it if you love the first one. Not as I guess it can't be. I'm not gonna say it's as great as the first one. It's just a little under the first one, but it's still pretty good. If you're a fan of the character of Wonder Woman or just a fan of the new movies, I definitely say give it a watch, give it a chance. As mentioned previously, it is streaming at HBO now. Um, H- HBO Now, HBO Max. Sorry, HBO Now is going. It is streaming at HBO Max right now, and will be available on HBO Max until January 24th. So you got a month to watch it or rewatch it if you want to watch it again.
Yeah, if you thought Wonder Woman, like you said, you would love this because there's a lot of Easter eggs. Um, I mean, and they can never do exactly like the comics, the frame by frame things, which is understandable. But they did try and cram a whole bunch of stuff and Easter eggs into this one.
Yeah,
The first one was way better, like my brother said, but this one is pretty good. And I mean, for me, it's something that I would rewatch over and over again, like like number one.
yeah, me too. So yeah, again, we highly suggest you watch it. And that's actually our review
Yeah,
of Wonder Woman
and then you
1984.
guys let us know what you think if you felt like stuff was underused, or if you just liked it the way it was, or how you felt about it.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Which leads us now, if you haven't seen it yet, just so you know, we're now going to be entering spoiler heavy territory. So if you haven't seen it yet, this is your chance to kind of bug out.
And this is our discussion now.
Yeah, get ready to go watch it. Okay, if you're still here, then that means you've probably seen the movie already. We'll now be discussing some
Or
aspects of the film.
Care.
Probably just don't care. Of the film we want to talk about, discuss. We want to again, love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. But the first major talking point, Steve's return. I do not like the way they brought him back in the body of someone else.
I know, because I was like, I don't know if it's a total cop out, but at the same time, you can understand why.
Yeah.
Because it's a lie.
It makes sense to the whole, ultimate truth being, story, thing to the story, message to the story. But, it kind of seems like a cop out. Like, it's kind of too obvious. Like, the second she starts losing her powers and gets nicked with a bullet, you can kind of call that this. Like, I did that myself. Yeah. So it's kind of obvious to lead into that. So I wish that had been done a little bit differently.
But yeah, I don't know. I did love the scene where he was eating the Pop-Tart.
God, I love that shot. That was a cute
pathetic.
Shot. Yeah.
He was so cute and pathetic. It was cute.
Yeah.
It was so pathetic. It was adorable.
It was. So the second thing, I don't have anything more to say with Steve.
No.
But the second thing I kind of really didn't like, again, was, as I mentioned in the review, was Cheetah being used. Her transformation into Cheetah just seemed too rushed. And
then what's up with her and beating the guy up like she's a villain? Like that guy seems really rapey.
Like that part didn't need to be played off as a villain moment. No. Like when she grabs his hands and says no, I kind of feel like that part should have been played off more as her like reclaiming her power over him.
Another thing is when she was reclaiming her power over him because he was getting rapey with her.
Yeah, that should not have been a villain moment.
If Wonder Woman would have come in, he would have raped her. So I think he deserved that.
Yeah, that part should not have been played off as a villain moment. I kind of feel like they should have used it as a starting point. And maybe in the third one, like maybe make her become friends. Like in the film, Barbara and Diana do become a little bit of friends. I kind of feel like they should have played on that more, and maybe in the third film, made her be had her transform to Cheetah. But it was too damn rushed in this one.
I mean, in the film she does take it too far, but still, if you got some rapey guy who's going around trying to rape people, then he deserves what he got.
I kind of feel that would have been the reaction of anyone who ran into the harasser again. Especially if he tries grabbing you again. He did Barbara in the movie. But I feel like that part was too rushed. That part should have been a bit more drawn out. I know a lot of people get annoyed or hate it when they introduce a character who you know is going to be a villain and drag it out too long. Kind of like they did with Kurt Connors in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Like, Kurt Connors pops up a lot, and you know he's a lizard, but it never happens. And a lot of people complain about that. But I thought for this one, it actually would have been better for the character to make her become the villain in the second one.
I mean, it was all because she was just jealous of Diana, which is kind of messed up because she became her friend. Like, how would you go from being her friend to being jealous of her all of a sudden? I mean, I understand that she didn't want to lose what she got, but still, that seems like, I don't know.
Yeah, and they basically made her an overglorified bodyguard to Maxwell Lord in the end. And that's another reason why the fight scene between Diana and Cheetah seemed so unnecessary. Because it could have just been any henchman or any bodyguard that he, be like, hey, don't you wish you had powers? And I was like, yeah, I do, or something.
And then one annoyed me with Cheetah is that when she was like telling him how she wanted to be like nobody else and like she didn't want to be like Diana, she goes and starts copying Diana.
Yeah, in the end, when she's swinging on the wires, it kind of seems like she's mirroring Diana a lot.
Which is like she's still doing it.
Yeah, like even her story kind of seems like a little bit of like mirrors Diana a bit. Like, in the front you see Diana be like, yeah, like, oh no, you can't win because you're not ready for winning. And then it just kind of seems the same thing with her. Like, she can't win because she's not ready to win or give up her powers or use her powers for good. So it just seems like a carbon copy of Diana a little bit. But I might be wrong about that. Let me know what you think about that, but that's just my thoughts.
And then I really hated the underuse of the armor. She only used it to beat up Cheetah, and then it was gone. And then the wings were like going on her after like a few seconds.
Yeah, I think it lasts like a minute.
Maybe half a minute, or I don't know.
It
was very quick though.
That I know the armor pops up in the comics. It's been a while since I read them, so I don't remember how exactly. But I kind of wish it would have been used a little bit more, or at least on display, not wrapped up in paper in her office like you see them. It would have been more like, that, I know that type thing. Like,
kind of like Captain America. Like I know that
Yeah, I got
reference.
the reference.
It was just kind of
Yeah,
I don't know though, but it's like I mean you have that cool armor and you use it for like what 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe.
like 1 minute for
Yeah,
losing the wings, and then like the whole fight was just like kind of over too quickly. Like she
yeah.
electrocutes her and bam, fight's
And
over.
then I
It's
understand
mhm.
she has Wonder Woman's powers and more powers and stuff like that. But the whole humans were able to beat that armor for years. Well, I'm assuming
Yeah,
from what they said and stuff. Cause
it's not like she was
yeah,
holding the knife for a while for it to
yeah.
escape. So
So if they was being able to beat that long, how the heck did Cheetah just destroy it?
yeah, I mean, you feel like the armor would be well, nearly indestructible for that reason.
Yeah,
But yeah, like I said, I just kind of think all that was rushed and kind of unnecessary for this one. They should have played the long game a little bit with that one. Like
yeah.
I'm not like it's
I mean, I
kind of
know maybe there's cooler stuff to come. They're trying to just get this
yeah,
out of the way.
but that
But
it felt too much. Like they were trying to get out of the way.
yeah, they put too much in one movie to try and get out of the way. Just like,
Yeah,
like here you
like
guys.
I feel like maybe if they would have made Cheetah an overglorified bodyguard to Maxwell Lord, they could have done it a little bit better, maybe by having her
Yeah, because she wasn't
transform a
even.
little earlier.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say a little earlier because she just started protecting him right before.
The movie ends.
Yeah,
Like yeah, like she like pops up on her own, and then next thing you know, she's like an overglorified henchman for
should he
him.
have like gone maybe together with her at the start after she realized she
Yeah,
had the powers and start protecting him? I don't know.
yeah. Like, I mean, I do get they have to go the whole like research the Dreamstone thing, but
Yeah,
it
but
just
she still could have done it after she researched the Dreamstone,
yeah.
after she disappeared from
But
her.
it's that's what I'm saying. But I get why they have to do that, but it still just seemed
There was still plenty
pointless.
of time, but it was like, oh, like 20 minutes, the movie's about to end. Let's just make her a
Yeah,
bodyguard.
yeah. So and in the end, we don't know if she renounced her wish or not. So hopefully,
It kind of makes it like she
it,
does, but at the
yeah,
same time,
we don't know.
she
So
might have not.
I'm hoping they can bring her back or do something with that.
Or maybe she'll just find like some mechanical thing like Stark and
Yeah,
turn
or maybe
herself
just
from
make
a
a cool
maid.
suit and just I don't know. Yeah, find someone to bring that back.
Yeah.
But I do hope they do bring back the third one.
Yeah.
As we said, the third one was just announced, so hopefully
And if you're a real huge Wonder Woman fan, stay till the end of the credits. There's
middle
nothing.
credits,
What?
middle of the credits
Oh, middle of the credits, because there's nothing at the end. Yeah, but if you're a Wonder Woman fan from the what is it,
from the original
60s
series.
from the
Yeah,
original series, you're gonna be really happy who pops up at the end.
yeah. Which I do hope they lead
I'm hoping that.
that
I'm
goes
hoping. Yeah.
somewhere.
I hope
I'm
it goes
hoping they
somewhere.
bring back Linda Carter as Asteria somehow in the third
Yeah.
movie, and bring her back somehow. It's kind of
And
interesting.
that'll be kind of interesting though, because she could have been the first Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting to think that maybe you could like pull some fancy retcon or something, and make it to where she was like during the series run, she was always Asteria, never Diana, but just took the title. It'll probably take a lot of fancy retconning and make you'll probably have to ignore a lot of stuff from the original series. But it'd be kind of fun if they did that. I mean,
But
it'd probably too impractical for that, but it'd just be like a cute little Easter egg
I
type
really
thing.
love how happy she looked when she was in the film.
Yeah,
So like so awesome. Because we were fans since the original Geo. Her dad, we watched her dad. That was her dad's
yeah,
show. So we grew up watching it, and then the comics. So that's just really something that made me really happy.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. I still liked it.
I still liked it. It was
But
overall, even though I wasn't expecting that, I was expecting something a little different because of the comics.
yeah,
It's different.
but
I'm still happy with it.
yeah, but coming to Maxwell Lord now, his character, he's kind of like as we mentioned in the review part. If you stuck around for this, kind of he's like kind of a sympathetic villain. Once you see that his dad was abusive to him, that's no excuse, but you get why he did what he did. He wants to make a better life for his son.
He doesn't want his son to have to suffer and be poor like he
Yeah,
was.
and the fact that Wonder Woman, at the end, Diana uses the last to talk to everyone, but like just accept your truth, all that. I feel like that was a good ending, and that's the only ending we should have had. Like I feel like
Yeah.
the movie didn't need,
He took it out Cheetah.
yeah, or a fight scene, like
Yeah.
except for maybe the fight at the White House.
I should have just introduced Cheetah.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like except for the fight at the White House, there was no need for any other like superhero on superhero fight. That was kind of all you needed for this movie, in my opinion. But there were some parts too for him that did seem really rushed. And I mean, I get most movies don't have like a very clear passage of time, but it did seem a little bit jumbled in this one as well. At least usually you can in most films you can kind of assume the passage of time, but this one just seems kind of really jumping when it comes to passage of time.
First it was 4th of July, then it was skip, and then skip, and then
it's Christmas at the end.
So it's like 4th of July and it's a Christmas movie.
Which if it's a time jump of several months, that bugs me because I want to know. I kind of want to know what happened to Lord and Minerva. Like maybe that's for the third one, but like you kind of want to know like how did everything go back to normal? Did everything just get undone? Did everyone forget Maxwell Lord?
Or did they come after him?
But yeah, like I just want to know what happens. Like I know it's kind of unnecessary for the story, and it might be teased in a third one. But maybe just a shot of the news of him going to jail,
or did like maybe some like
or just a shot of his ads again, like life can be better thing.
If you think about if there's like some shield type agency,
like Argus or something,
like Argus, like did somebody from a supernatural thing or something come after him? Like maybe some government agency that exists in
because is he still
timeline.
the Dreamstone? Did the Dreamstone reform after he renounced his wish?
Is he locked up somewhere? Is he living with his son happy?
Yeah,
what happened to him?
I kind of feel like that could have been done like in a quick scene, like. Maybe when he says he renounced his wish, you could just like show the shot of the stone reforming or something.
Or the stone being destroyed.
Yeah,
maybe that's why everyone's able to forget.
Yeah, or like him on the news being arrested, or maybe just flashback to him doing one of his promos still to show that he's just back where he started and know all that was undone.
And did anybody go after him if they do remember? I mean, you would think there'd be lynch mobs if they do remember.
Because it would have been so easy, like we said, in the end, it jumps to Christmas. It would have been so easy to just show it on the TV in the background. Just that little bit to just show him what happened to him. Because what I'm gonna really hate is if it just jumps to the third movie and they're never mentioned again.
I hate when they do that because it's just like, oh, what happens? And they're like, who freaking knows? Nobody cares.
And
you do care, but nobody else cares. And they're like, I mean, a lot of other fans do care, but they just go up to this and they're like, you know what? We'll just forget about those guys.
And then unlike Marvel, DC doesn't do the short story one shots, which is what happened with our different universe, but Iron Man 3 with Mandarin. It never explained what happened to Trevor until him getting arrested, but that's never explained until the All Hail the King one shot where they show Mandarin's real, blah blah blah. And unfortunately, DC doesn't do that, so it would be kind of nice just to know what happened. Like I said, it would have been so easy, just a little thing in the background.
I'm really hoping he got to stay with his kid and just get a second chance.
Yeah, you do kind of hope that everything just got wiped and he gets to just live again because, again, when you watch everything,
hopefully he remembers so he doesn't make the same mistake.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, that's kind of my top three main points of complaint about that. There were some great action scenes, the whole scene in Cairo, Egypt. I did like that one a little bit. But like I said, for the most part, most of the action scenes could have been done away with. I feel like the only two necessary ones were the ones in Cairo and the ones in the White House.
Yeah, those were. I mean, everything else seemed like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the one in the front. That one was okay, but everything after the White House was unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the opening either. Like, I'm not sure what I feel about that.
Well, it kind of introduced her, so that was kind of the fun part.
Yeah, and it kind of shows that she's still, after the first one, even though she said she still stuff away from the world in Batman Superman, it still shows that she's still out there fighting for what's right, and even though it's in secret.
But she's trying to do it like to where nobody like
sees her. Which is kind of what I like about the fact when she destroys the cameras in that scene. But yeah, I kind of feel like most of the action was kind of, the movie could have been done without that much action. Like the first one, for instance, you had the fights in the trenches, you had that, the big fight, the kind of big fight scene in the end with her and Ares. But those felt like they had a place.
Yeah, they did, and it was actually a reason.
Yeah.
The thing I loved about the thing is that, like I said before, there was no real villains here. Maxwell just wanted a better life. When he didn't realize by wanting a better life, he was
causing trouble.
Yeah, and letting go of the life he should have been living, and then
Minerva was just kind of like the downtrodden, forgotten nerd who wanted to like Diana.
Yeah, who just wanted people to pay attention to her and just like her. And she got a taste of that. She didn't want to let it go. So it's just a mistake. Mistakes that if you were to get the power and what you wanted, you wouldn't want to let it go either. Yeah,
it's just a bunch of, humans creating mistakes. And that's kind of what I like about that too. Yeah. But I do feel like some aspects could have been better written, or some aspects could have been gotten rid of.
And I feel like fine, if they didn't want to have a villain, that's fine. But they shouldn't have tried to push two people in there. They should have just kept one. And then try and build up.
Like, when I first heard that Cheetah and Maxwell was going to be the villain with Maxwell Lord, I did kind of assume that they would have been together from the very beginning. I mean, obviously, you saw the promo image of Minerva and Diana having, at dinner and all that stuff. But I did kind of assume that would have been early in the film, and then they would have kind of teamed up, which I feel like would have been a little bit better than what we got.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our short discussion of it. I don't have anything else
No,
to continue
overall,
on,
I actually did love it. It's a good
but
movie.
it's still a good movie.
There's
Just
a lot of cute, heartfelt scenes and a lot of Easter eggs for fans.
yeah, and like I said, I do like seeing Chris Pine back. I just wish that would have been done a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure if I mentioned that yet, and the spoiler full part of the discussion, but it does make sense of her, living the lie thing. I think I did mention that, but it
Yeah.
makes sense. I wish it could have been done a little bit differently.
Because I love how when it starts out as her as a kid, and she tries to do a shortcut, and they're like,
Yeah,
that's a lie. You need to do it by the truth. So in adulthood, she does the same mistake.
yeah. So it makes sense. But for a storyline, I just kind of wish myself would have done a little bit differently.
Meaning, did she never win
But
then?
maybe I don't know. I wish I would have shown that too. But yeah, if you let us know what do you think about the film
How do you
and
feel about it? If
just
you're like a huge mega fan or a fan, for life, or you're
yeah,
just coming into it and maybe you just like it
or
like that.
are you like a super duper mega comic purist fan and you thought the movie was shit?
Anyway, this was our discussion, and let us know what you thought about it. I'm a huge fan, and even though I didn't like some stuff, I did love it, and happy they did make it.
Yeah, I still enjoyed it too. Like I said, it could have been there are some parts that could have been better written, it could have been left out, but I still enjoyed it. But yeah, she said just let us know what you think in the comments below. What parts do you hated? What parts do you loved? What you wish would have been different and stuff like that.
So to the end, this what kind of stars would you give it?
Yeah, maybe like 5.5 out of 10.
I think I would give it like a
Maybe,
7.
yeah, maybe a little higher than 5.5, but oh no. Let us know what you would rate it though, and what you thought about it.
Hopefully you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time with our
Yeah,
next video.
we'll see you next time.